So, welcome, everyone. So good to have you on board today, and thank you for your interest in this special training. In this video training, I'm going to take you through a complete beginner's approach to creating awesome and beautiful flyer design using an application called Canva. So, it doesn't matter whatever field you are in, whether you are a graphic designer already, a professional graphic designer, an intermediate, or a beginner, this is really going to be helpful to you. Or maybe you're just a student or a coach or a content creator or an entrepreneur, whatever field you are in. I'm so much sure that you will find this training helpful as you go on in your design journey. All right, so a quick introduction. My name is Timi Alamu and I'm a visual and UI UX designer. And then, interestingly, I'm going to be your host for today's design lecture. All right, before I forget, this is a complete free training and is sponsored by Medillery. And what is Medillery? It is a platform that allows you to hire professionals to handle your project for free, ranging from graphic design to creative writing to videos and animations. So if you are new to that information, just try to check that out at www.medillery.com. So by the end of this special training, you would be able to create beautiful looking social media graphics along with me from scratch. And guess what? I'm also going to be giving you a bunch of tips and tricks that will help you to spice up your design journey. So without any further ado, let's get started. Okay guys, so to create a new Canva account, it's very simple. All you need to do is to launch your browser, whether Mozilla, Chrome or Edge or whatever browser you are using. Then you come to the address bar and type www.canva.com. Then it automatically brings you to this home page where you have access to do all manners of things. But ensure you are connected to the internet. Otherwise, this is not going to work because the platform is an online based one. Okay, so here you have two options: to either log in or to sign up. So if you click on the login, it's going to be applicable to those that already have an account with Canva. So you don't need to create a new account again. Just log in with any of the options you used to create an account back then, or you can sign up to create a new account. So when you click on the sign up button, it presents you with three different options. It presents you with sign up with Google, sign up with Facebook, and sign up with email. So whichever one you are using, you are good to go. But I prefer Google because it's faster to create an account and it doesn't require you to fill any form for you to have an account. It just automatically captures your details from Google, then it creates an account for you. All right. So choose anyone that is applicable to you, whichever way you are fine. And let's move on to explaining more about the dashboard and the interface area. So now that you have created an account, you will automatically be presented with this interface where you have some more informations like the one on my left hand side, and some of these templates you are seeing right here. So here you can see recommended for you. I'm currently on the home section. You can see recommended for you, which is going to show you some quick templates that you can work with. Then you have all your designs. Here you have all the designs you have done on Canva saved. Every designs you have done will be saved. You will find them here. All right. But I have no design currently because it's a new account. That's why everything is empty. Then the next one is shared with you. Now this simply means that any design that has been shared with you by another person who is also using a Canva account will be visible here. So let's say you have a friend who is also working on a design and feels like, oh, let me share with you so that you can use it to do your own design or to use it for any other thing. Then you will find any document that is shared with you here. Then you also have the brand kit. Brand kit basically is just an interesting way for you to maintain a consistency in your design. Okay, because here you can have your logo saved, you can save your color, you can have your brand logo saved, You can have your brand color saved. You can create color palettes. You can create brand fonts and all manners of things that you use consistently in a particular design for a particular brand, so that you won't need to be saying, okay, which font did I use the last time, which color did I use the last time. Everything would have been saved for you, and you can easily use them while you are designing without stress. So, but this option is not available for free users. It's only available for paid users. So, but of course, this does not stop you from designing anything. You can always design stuff. It's just an additional way to make things easy. Then you have create a team. Create a team functions specially in order for you to be able to work in collaboration with multiple people. You know, there are some projects you will have that is quite big, and you require that you have more than one person to work on it. So that's when you need to create a team, so that you can add as many people as possible on that team. All right. So when you add people on the team, they will also have equal access to modify, to do anything on that particular design. So this is one of the things that makes Canva an interesting software to use, because of that particular collaboration option. Then also you have all your folders. On the all folders option, Canva allows you to be able to create folders for different projects. This in turn makes you to be organized with your work. So you can say, for instance, I want to create a folder for Instagram designs, or this particular brand design, or Twitter folder, or Facebook folder. You can create as many folders as possible for different projects, so that all your work will not just be scattered everywhere, and you'll be like, oh, where do I find this? Where do I find this? And you also have trash, and in trash, that is where you have all the recent deleted files, and those files will be there for the next 30 days before it is finally deleted permanently. So you don't have to be afraid when you delete some files. It's just similar to the recycle bin you have in your regular computers. All right. So then the next thing we are going to do now is to start with creating a new design. To create any design, the first thing you need to know is the size of that design. Okay. So you need to be sure of, okay, what is going to be the width and the height of the design. So, and that is going to determine the structure of the design itself. And that's why when you click on this create a design button, what it presents to you is dimensional sizes of different designs. And so for the presentation here, you have 1920 by 1080. For Instagram posts, you have 1080 by 1080 pixels. And for posters, you see, you have them like that. So dimension is one of the first things you need to consider when trying to create your design. So in this case, we're going to choose Instagram post. And the moment you click on that Instagram post, it's going to present you with the dimension you chose, which is 1080 by 1080 pixels. And as you can see here, it's on a blank page. Everything is blank currently. So now if you look to the extreme left hand side of your screen, you will see that there are different tabs attached to this side. And we start with templates. So templates here, it allows you to be able to use different design templates to start your design with. For instance, you have different template that has been made by professionals that you can incorporate into your design and edit to your taste. Okay, and from all of these designs, not all of them are free. There are some that are free, some are for paid users. So but all the same, there are quite a number of free ones that will be sweet and beautiful for you to use. All right, look at this. For instance, if you just do a single click on this, you see you have it right there on your screen. All you need to do is to edit it and design it to your taste. You can change the picture, change the color of the text, and every other thing that is there. So the next one is elements. Now under elements is where you have access to use all manners of design elements like lines and shapes, graphics, photos, videos, audios, charts, frames, grids, and more. Now you have to also note that all these things are pre-installed with the application. You're not the one that brought this in. It has been there and it will always be there. They keep adding and adding every time they update the application. Then the next one is upload, and from the upload area, this is where you can add your own file or your own elements, your own picture, your own video, your own audio from your computer. So you have to drag it in and add it inside here. You can see I have nothing currently because it's a new account and I have not added anything there. All right. Then you have the text as well. For the text area, this is where you can add pre-made text. You can see them right here with different fonts and colors and styles. So just a single click can make you to have access to. For instance, if I want to, I can delete this one now and click on this to bring it inside. Can you see? Then I can change the color and do several other things to make it look better to my taste. Then lastly, you have more. So on the more, they allow you to have even more access to so many things outside Canva. For instance, you can have access to more photos, more design styles, more music, more videos, backgrounds, charts, and other things. Then you can also access some websites directly from here to get their content, like Pexels, Pixabay, and Bent. You can use some emojis from emojis.com and some other sites like that. And you can easily share your work on Facebook, Google Maps, Instagram, Google Drive, Dropbox, and you can see all of the apps that can be integrated with Canva. So these are some of the things you have access to on the more. Then coming to the top area here, the first thing you will do is to rename this file, and we'll name it to be game on. All right. The next one is is for you to be able to try the pro version of this particular software. So they allow you to try it for 30 days, after which you'll be charged for using it. Then the next one is share, and share basically allows you to share this exact design, this particular design, with other people who are using Canva as well. You know, you can share it with different access. You can say, I want this file to be editable by the person I'm sharing it with, or you just want it to be like a template, which means when they edit it, it will not affect this one, or you just want them to be able to view only. So these are the three access you can give anybody you are sharing this particular file with. And then how do you share it? All you do is copy this link, then share it. You can even paste it on the person's WhatsApp or whatever place you want to share it. Just paste the link for the person will be able to access it. Then next you have download. This is going to be one of the final thing you would do, because that's when you download the final edit of the design to your computer, and then you have different formats you can use. Canva provide you with about 5 or 6 different formats: PNG, JPG, PDF, SVG, MP4, and GIF. So these are different 5 formats you can have your design. Then lastly, you have these 3 dots, which is the same thing as what we have here on the more. Alright, so guess what, guys, it's time for us to create our good looking and beautiful flyer design using a brief that I've already created. So I've been able to craft out a short brief which we are going to be using for this design project. So a brief basically is the content of your design. So it's what the client sends to you, maybe on WhatsApp or through any other platform, and that's what you're going to use to come up with that beautiful looking design that you will send back to your client. So this is what we have right now, and that's what we are going to be using to design our project. So to get started, we are first and foremost going to choose the perfect dimension that we'll be using for this particular project. Okay, remember I said that earlier at the beginning of this work, that the dimension is one of the first thing you do, then you can go on with the rest of the design. So we are going to do this from scratch, which means we are not using any templates. Everything we are going to be doing here will be from scratch. We'll create them and perfect them to our taste. So to do that, we'll come to file, look at the file right here, you click on file, then you see create new design. So you click on create new design. So from that, it automatically shows you different sizes. Can you see that? So if you want to create a custom size, let's say the size of what you want to create is not part of the list that you have here, all you need to do is to click on the custom size, then you enter the width and height of the project dimension. But if you still want to use any of these dimension templates, you just have to click on whichever one you want to use. For instance, I'm going to be using Instagram dimension 1080 by 1080 pixels. So I'm going to select this dimension, and automatically it creates a template, a new blank canvas for me to start my design project. Alright, so this is the perfect size that I want, and I have it already. So now let's run to our brief and see what we have there. So the first thing we have is the title. This is the title of the design, the main title, and being the title is going to be the biggest, so we are going to look for the perfect font style and text design that we're going to be using for this. Okay, so let's look for any cool one will be fine. Remember that you can't use any of these ones that has this pro tag on them, so we'll just use any of the free ones. Let's work with this and then double click to highlight, then right click and say paste. Alright, so we have our text here already, so let me just drag it down a little bit. Now these two texts are joined together, so to ungroup them, you right click and say ungroup, then I can easily move them independently. Can you see that now? Then I will also try to reduce the size because I feel it's too big, so let's make it like 56. Let me increase it a little bit, okay, to 70 or 78. Okay, so let's start with this first and see how it goes. So how to blow on social media, so let me arrange it. Okay, I think I prefer it this way. Now you can see the text bounding box is quite wider than my text because I have reduced the size. So in order to make it to be the exact size of this text, just double click on this edge. Alright, so it comes back to the exact size of the main text. Now we have the first text here, then this is our supporting text, and if you look at this is like the supporting, like the tagline for the main title. So we'll copy that as well and come here and paste it. You can see that now we have the text here. So what we'll do is, I think I would like to change this font. Of course you can still go along with this font because this is sans serif and this is serif, which is quite good together. Okay, so you can still go along with that if you really like it. Right, so I'm changing it to another font. I don't like this. Let me see if I can get another one that will be as nice as I'm expecting. Let me make it bold. Okay, so let's leave it like this. Good, so I can group it back together. Good, so we have our title sorted out already. Okay, then we need a very beautiful illustration that will help us to explain what we are doing right here. And if you look at it, it's about having a successful social media presence. So we're going to look for a picture, an illustration or a picture that will speak what we are trying to explain with this text. And like they used to say, pictures can speak thousands of words. So that's why it's necessary, because it makes your design to look more attractive and compelling. So let's try to find one. So in order for you to get the perfect picture for your design project, there are several approaches to it. One is you can come to Element tab and scroll down to Images area of Photos. Then you can see there are loads of images, free images here that you can use, but all these ones doesn't relate to what we are doing, so we can just come down here and search for either social media or whatever text that is related to what we want to do. Alright, so once you search for it, it will bring out different results related to what you are doing. You can see different ones, you can see them. This is one. Even though this is pro, you can't use it because if you use a pro image, there's going to be a watermark on it, and it's not ideal for a professional design. So we're going to remove this one. Then another way you can go around it is you can go to Google and search the right keyword, and you'll be able to get the perfect picture for your design. Then another one is you can pay for all these stock images websites, and you'll be able to get one of the best pictures that will fit for your design. But in this case, I literally didn't stress myself so much. I just go straight to Google and I was able to search and get the perfect picture that I want to use. So right on my desktop, I have the pictures that I want to use. You can see these are the pictures that I have saved from Google that I intend to use for my design. So I'm going to pick from them and try out one or two to see which one will fit in best to my design. So looking at the folder of the pictures that I've downloaded from Google, I have this particular one that I want to use for my main illustration and some other ones that I'm picking. But the challenge I'm having right now is that some of them have background, okay, and when a picture has a background like that, it's going to restrict you from being able to manipulate it so well. So the best thing is for you to remove the background first. So let me drag the picture inside Canva so that you can see what I'm talking about. Now this is the picture and I just do a drag and drop. So this is one of the fastest way to add a picture to your application, to your Canva application. You can see it automatically drops inside the upload tab. Can you see that now? But you can see this picture now that it has a background, and I'm sure you can't see it right there because the background is white and my current design background is also white. So let me quickly do something now. Let me change my background, the design of my background of my design, to something like this. Can you see? It's more obvious now that it's having a background. Now if you are using a pro version of this particular Canva software, there is a quick option that allows you to remove background very quickly. You can see background remover here. So once you do a click like this, it automatically links you to that add-on. It's like an add-on app, and it automatically removes the background for you without stress. But since we are using a free one, this is not possible, and I want to assume that you don't know how to use Photoshop. But there is a quick way around it, okay? Don't give up yet. There is a quick way around it. Just go to your browser and type remove.bg and press enter. So once you do that, it will load this website for you. So all you need to do is to bring in that same picture. So I'm going to go back to the folder. So this is the same picture. I'm going to bring it here, right here, and drop it. Can you see? So once I drag and drop the picture, can you see the magic that just happened? The background of this picture has been automatically removed without stress, and you can see it is very smooth. So let me download it. To download it, you just click on download. Can you see that that's removed the background and I've been able to download it. So I'll drag it again and drop it inside Canva. Where's my Canva design? Okay, good. So I'm going to drop it right now inside. So it takes a moment to upload it, then I'll see it right here. Can you see this now? Can you see the before and after? This is quite amazing. Alright, so I'm going to delete this because I don't need it again. This is way better. So this is the one I'm going to use now. Can you see this now? So let me drop this background back to white. I'm not sure of which one I'm using yet, but let me just start with white. Okay, good. So can you see this? Then I'm going to flip this. I want this particular side to be on this left hand side. So in order to flip this thing, just click on the picture, then you will see more options up here. Can you see? So the option we're going to use is flip, and since we are flipping it from left to right or from right to left, we use flip horizontal. Can you see this? So which is quite nice. Then I can adjust this a little bit. You can see that now. Cool. So the next thing is I want to increase the spacing between how to blow on social media. So what I'll do is I'll ungroup this first, ungroup, then select the text, and then come to the option here. Can you see spacing? Now we have letter spacing and we have line spacing. Letter spacing is for spacing between individual letters like HOW. If I increase it now, you see the letters are going to be spaced out. Can you see that now? So I'm going to take it back to the way it was before, alright, which is going to be -50. Then to increase the spacing between the lines, we use the line spacing. Can you see that now? So you can just increase the spacing like this. You see that now, and that's fine. So I'll click on OK. Also, in order for you to be on point with spacing on the left hand side and the top, bottom, and the right hand side, I will advise you use ruler and what is called guidelines. So to access that on Canva, just click on File, alright, and say Show Ruler first. So once you say show ruler, you can drag from the ruler area, just drag from the ruler, then bring down. From the left hand side I'll drag as well, I'll bring to this side, then also to this other side, okay, then also to this other side. So it will help me to stay within the specified margin, so that I will know where to go and where not to go, and it will help me to get my work to be well aligned together as well. So that's that. So if I want to align these two guys together, for instance, there is a way around it. Just select the two of them, then click on this option here, then you will see position and say left. Can you see that? Once I click on left, you see everything has been well aligned. Let me zoom in so that you can see. Can you see? It has been well aligned together to the left hand side. Okay, so let me drop it down back a little bit. Good. So now let's add every other content of our design brief to the main design so that we can finish up the design. So the first thing I'm going to do is to add the remaining content. You have the venue here, which is a closed WhatsApp group. Okay, I'm still going to go with the first text style that I use, which is this. Okay, then I'll paste the text. I just right click and I paste the text. Then I'll reduce the size to maybe 32. Okay, close to WhatsApp group. Then I'll ungroup and delete, ungroup and delete the other text. I don't need it. Close to WhatsApp group. Then I want to make this to be capital letters. To do that, you don't need to retype everything. Just come to the three dots here. Then you see this uppercase. Then click on it. Then I'll reduce the size a little bit. Okay, then I'll press Ctrl D on this text. So once I press Ctrl D, it will automatically duplicate the text for me. Okay, then I'll copy the remaining part of the text. Ctrl D again. Then this is for contact, for inquiries, WhatsApp inquiries. I'll do Ctrl D again and paste. Then for the hosts, okay, let me copy this first, because the host will go along with some pictures. The host and the facilitator will go along with some pictures. So I'll duplicate this again, then put this here. Okay. But this text, I don't want it to be as bold as this, and this font is just very bold. So let me use one that is not quite bold. Okay. Oh, this is better. This is better. Then let me increase the spacing between the characters, I mean the letters. You can see that now. And I'll reduce the size a little bit. Then for these ones, let me quickly arrange it better. For this, I will increase the spacing between the lines. Okay, then this is for the timing. Then this is for the dates. Let me bring this up first. Okay. Good. Now the reason why I leave this space is because I'm going to be using icons instead of text for the description, because icons seems to look more beautiful, and it will allow and it will reduce the amount of text that is going to be here. So I have some of those things uploaded already. I'm just going to click to bring them in. You can see that now. Good. So I have this here. Then for the date, we can just get from here as well. Date. Okay, let's just look for the date alone. You can see there are different ones we can use for free. All right, let's just try to pick one. Let's pick this. Okay, then time, let's search for time. So let's use this for time. Gonna reduce the sizing. Now this is just a picture that I used to cover up this place. I downloaded the love eye emoji and I use it to just cover the O in order to make it to look more attractive and compelling. Now the next thing is to bring in the pictures of my host and facilitator. So to do that, just go to your elements, then you go to bring in a frame, because we're going to be putting the element inside of those frames, and I'll choose to use circle frame, this ellipse frame. So reduce the size. So this is frame 1, then you duplicate it and frame 2. Okay, then I'll add their names here. I can use this as well. Just duplicate and bring here. Let's say let me pick this. So now if you look at the design now, you will see that I've been able to arrange it a little bit much better, you know, the text, the alignment and everything. And then I was able to put this line. You can add that from line here. You just type line, you'll see it's going to show up. Can you see that? You can change the color and the thickness of the line. And next thing we'll do is add a background and put pictures here. Okay, so I'll quickly do that. Go to my uploads. I have my picture downloaded already, so I just drag and drop it inside those circles, then drop my picture also there. Now I want the picture to be quite bigger so that I can have the headshot. You can see that now. Just double click and resize the picture to your taste. Alright, then I go to John Obidi's picture as well and increase the size a little bit. Okay, I need to move this to the right a little bit. Okay, awesome. Can you see this now? Can you see this? I have my picture and everything well aligned and inside the frame. So finally, I'm going to put the background. I have a picture that I desire to use for the background. Then I'll increase the size. Now it's covering the face of the design. I'm going to right click and send it to the back. Alright, send to back. Okay, right click and say send backward. Why is it not going to back? Okay, send to back. Then it goes to the back of the entire design. Then I'm going to drop down the opacity very well so that it doesn't compete with the content of my design. Can you see that? Can you see that now? It makes it to look quite, you know, nicer, cooler. That cream color makes it to look much cooler, which I really like so much. The next thing is I want to also add this touch of likes and love emojis or effect. No, I'm not putting it inside. So what I'll do, you know, it has a background. You can either remove the background using remove.bg. Okay, you can use remove.bg to remove the background, or you can just use this trick that I'm going to use. I'll just click on the picture, then drop down the opacity. Okay, can you see that we couldn't even see that it has white again? You can see that. So I don't want it to show too much, just a little touch of those likes there. Okay, so fantastic. So I think this is cool. Then make it to go to the back so that it won't be on top of the pictures. So I'll say I'll use the shortcut. You can see the shortcut here. So Control and angular, the left square bracket. So you begin to use it as multiple times as possible to ensure that it goes to the back. Now I think I've achieved my goal. Now this design is looking much nicer and cooler. You can see that now. This is so beautiful. And this is just a simple way to work on any design. You can use this strategy for anything, whether it's a flyer or any other design you want to do. This strategies applies to everything. Just ensure that you follow the rules, make sure everything is aligned, use proper fonts, don't use too many fonts. Maximum of 2 to 3 fonts is fine. If they are too much, it won't be looking good again. Then use the right illustration and everything will work out fine. So finally, what we'll do is to download our design and ensure that everything is okay. So I'll click on download here. Then I'll choose the file type that I want. I have JPEG, PNG, PDF, and MP4 and GIF. But in this case, I'm going to use PNG because it has a better quality over JPEG. And then I will say download. So once I download, the picture will automatically be downloaded to my computer. And as you can see, it's downloading already. And I'll click on the file to preview it. And wow, this is our design. And I believe this looks quite beautiful and good. It's quite good. So this is just a simple way to design a social media flyer using Canva. So big shout out to Medillery for this platform and opportunity. So we'll see you next time for another session of the design lecture. Bye.